let me start share. Can you see my screen presentation?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I need to.
Confused.
Okay.
Could
Okay.
you please close this up to 50 participants?
Okay. Oh, now, yeah. Okay. Yeah. And also, you can scan QR code, and you will be able to manage this meeting from your phone. It's really very funny and convenient. I believe you can give us a reaction, if any. Please scan it.
And you also will see this presentation on your phone.
Yep. You can see the presentation. And when you connect, you can like give us some kudos or heart.
Okay.
Yeah, let's start.
Mahian said that he's confused.
Yeah.
Why? Why?
Yeah, why?
Yeah, I'm seeing the slides. Yep. Thanks.
Good.
Okay.
Yeah, and what about me? I'm today relaxed a little bit because, yeah, I wanted to have today a lazy day. Yeah, I had already sport, exercise, cycling, indoor cycling, but today I wanted to be just like a lazy.
Also, it's weekend, so it's time for relaxing also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alena, what about you?
I guess that I'm happy
Okay,
because
great.
it's Saturday and we are here.
Perfect.
Happy
Yeah,
Saturday.
and yeah. And today we're gonna to talk about change request process and how to overwhelm fears and unlock value in this process. Yeah, and today it will be like two Olenas, double Olenas. We have the same name as Elena and know each other for a long time, and we are working in one field. We were working in the same company, and now we are working in the same company. That's why, Elena, please, the stage is yours, and please share your experience and maybe a quick introduction.
Yeah, I won't read everything we can see on this slide. Just that I'm a business analyst since 2013, and I really love business analysis. I'm really inspired by business analysis. And for now, I'm a lead of a team of 10 business analysts. So let's move on.
Yeah. Thank you, Elena. And a few words about me. Yeah, I'm working with 2011, and I'm like always was like always like a business analyst, but now I have a title competency manager in the business analysis office, and also worked in different domains: logistic, healthcare, reinsurance, biotech, and maybe other more. Passionate about common sense, but stricken to be standards, meaning that we already have everything and people already invented the standards have to do high quality business analysis, but with all these standards we need to follow common sense. This is like my introduction. Okay, let's move forward. Yeah, and let's start.
Yeah, let's start from the definition. And here is some maybe not good thing that we don't have precise definition for change request. Because for each project, for each team, it will be different depending on the context. And to understand what change request is for your project, you need to come up with some criteria. For example, it may be a size of a change. Yeah, if a change is 2 story points, it's not a change request. If it's 5 story points, it's change request. Yeah, it might be based on the object. So if it's like user flow, it's a change request. If it's some logic of part of logic, it's not. It might relate to the impact on the deadlines. If it doesn't impact deadlines, it's not change request. If impacts, it change request. And all of this thing, we need to think and we need to agree within our team and then go to the client.
Yeah, this is really a good point that context decides and dictates us what is the change request. And also we had I had a situation on my project. So when we communicated to client that, oh, this will be a change request. Okay, how much does it cost? Or some X amount of money. Okay, doesn't matter. We can move forward with that. This is like a good like point here that on each project within a particular context, it can be like different definition. Okay, let's move forward. Thank you, Elena. And the next slide, this is about like, do we always need to care about change requests or not? Yeah, this is a tricky moment, but at the same time, we have a clear picture when we need to take care of that, when we can skip this process, and not at all we can ignore a change request process in a pure agile or startups project. So when we have agile, well, we don't have like fixed timeline, we have flexible budget. This project calls like a time and materials, and we have like unlimited time, unlimited money. With this in this context, we can plan without requirements. We don't care about like the complexity. What we need exactly with this approach, we need some time for business analysts to understand and analyze if it's really change request, and then we need to like estimate and understand all impacts. This is really we need to do what even with this approach. Why? Because then we any time in agile we need to plan our work. We need to plan it even if we are working within sprints. This is like a golden rule. When we must have change request, this is waterfall projects, yes, because we predefine scope. We have like fixed requirements. We have fixed timeline and budget, or maybe a client has a strict organization hierarchy and all changes should be accepted by the managers. Yeah, in this case, always we need to communicate change request. Okay.
Yeah, I would like to add here,
please.
if you don't mind.
Yeah.
About the first one, maybe sometimes we have timelines and we have budget, but we don't have a vision of a product. Yeah, if it's startup, usually we don't have a vision, and we just go with the flow and come up ideas on the fly. So in this case, we just don't have scope, so we don't have what to change.
Yep, correct. But again, if we have current sprint and someone initiated some like let's new requirement, new change, a business analyst should take it and understand if it's really change request. If not, maybe we will cover it in the future, or maybe we already think about that and plan maybe in one sprint or in two sprints ahead, something like that. Small planning we have always. Yeah. Great. The next slide, when to bring the change request discussion. That's a really good question. Elena, maybe let's share here our cases. Yeah, real cases.
Project setup phase. So we should talk about that with within a team and then with a client from the very beginning. Because if we don't, and we start doing that when we have received a lot of change requests, it's not understandable and it's not clear for client why we maybe conduct, maybe operated 1, 2, 3 change requests, and only then we come and say, oh, you know, you ask too much.
Yeah. There is a good point to start speaking about that from the very beginning, because in this way we can manage clients' expectations. When our stakeholders start project with us, they even don't guess about change request process. What is that? We should educate them from the very beginning, and then when during our delivery phase on the project, when we have some, I don't know, open questions about what about this requirement, we didn't expect it, it's something new, it's new idea, then we can roll back and say, okay, point on our change request process and say them, okay, remember we discussed with you, yeah, we need to do that, that, and that. And we will talk now what we need to do in details on our next slides.
Yeah, and our last project where we work together with Elena, we had such a call with our clients where we represented them who business analysts are, what their actions, and also we talk about change request. We agree with them all criteria, so what we consider to be change request. We went through the process with them, who is eligible to initiate change request, how we protect them, how we conduct impact analysis estimation and come back to them so that they can accept or decline this change request. And they, to be honest, they were excited that we talked about that from the very beginning, and they were happy with this process because it was so clear. So we have a positive experience about that.
Yeah, and also, you know why? One more point, because there is about their money. This is about money.
Yeah.
And they always happy to know that the product team think in advance about their money, because based on change request process, we can or save money for them or spend more money for them. That's why, interesting moment, win-win situation. And I see that new members joined. Please, if you see my screen, you can scan this QR code. Please do that.
Hi, Natalia.
Yeah, hi, Natalia. And yeah, you can scan by your phone this QR code, and you can manage this presentation and see from your phone. Okay, I will not hide it, and let's move forward. Okay, the next, here is a good point. Let me, 1 second, 1 second. In one moment, I will stop my presentation. Yeah, it was yeah, reset this slide. Yeah, okay, good. Let's do the next thing. If you see this slide in your phones, please wait and please answer the question: what has been the biggest challenge with change request? Maybe you already faced this situation and you can share your experience. This is really interesting because, as you can see, we can have definition of change request. This is a challenge, approval delays, too many change requests, understanding of their needs, communication issues, and other stuff. Maybe we can discuss later. Do you have any thoughts? Can you wait? No? From your phones?
Yeah, Natalia.
Let's
Is it possible?
let me try from my phone. I scanned QR code. Yeah, and okay, maybe some technical issue. We can
Yeah.
discuss it, and yeah, personally for me, this is like communication issue I had with change request process, and we will talk about that on our future slides. Okay, how to start and why we need to start. Maybe Elena, you can comment here.
Yeah, why it's hard to start? Usually we come to the project and our clients are new people for us. And from the very beginning, we may be embarrassed. We may try to build connections and relationship, and we would like to be good girls or good boys for them. And we are not ready to talk about such inconvenient things, yeah, because it's about some rules, it's about some agreements of what we want do within the agreed project and budget, what we see besides, yeah. So that's why we usually try to skip that and don't raise such questions. So it's just for our comfortable, yeah. So it's not comfortable for us to start such a topic.
Yeah. And also, what I see from my previous project, like current project, after building trustful relationships, it's so much better to handle some difficult moments or some inconvenient moments on the project. But from the very beginning, when I don't know our stakeholders, they don't know me, how I work, what about like my personality and skills, it's always a challenge for me, because this is like uncomfortable topic to start speaking from the very beginning about change requests. Okay, then let's move forward. Yeah, how to build the change request process. This is really interesting slide. And here I wanted to share my own experience from my current project, how we prepared it. Firstly, I prepared the draft of of process, and where I set up, you can use for that even BPMN, you can use any tool, Mural, I don't know, whatever, Miro, what you use in your company, it's like a board. I put here a process, and the main point in change request process to understand from what step we start change request process. In our case, we have like engineering requirements process, and we elicit requirements, analyze requirements, and confirm requirements. After confirmation, like final confirmation, when we specified everything, and product owner or stakeholders who are responsible for confirmation requirements, so they validated everything is clear, and we can take it in the progress in development. After confirmation, any new requirements, I mean, like something what we didn't estimate, it will be like a change request. It was a point in my flow, in my process of change request after final confirmation, and we already started development. Why? Because if you add something after confirmation, and we got some new requirement, we need time to analyze it, to ask questions, to understand the impacts, and this process will take some time. Then internally, before going to client with this process, with the definition, what Elena said before, we need to define what is change request. We discussed it internally with team. When team approved it, maybe we brainstormed a little bit and we agreed on a final version. Then I put it on a board. I already mentioned about that, and we had like a separate like calls about setup phase. We like agreed on even communication, collaboration topics, and within these discussions, I took some moment to present them change request process. After that, they I heard their feedback. It was like positive feedback. They like appreciated it that we think about that. Like Elena said, it's always success because clients are very surprised that we think about that. And after the discussion with clients, if no negative like feedback or no concerns about that, I published it on our Confluence or SharePoint or some wiki page, whenever you have where you document your project. Doesn't matter where, but you need to document it. Even if you use Word, Excel, up to you. You can publish whenever you want, because this is really important to keep it somewhere, and stakeholders need to know where is it. And also, in some point of your project, when you have a need to come back and review your change request process, you can open this page and again remind your clients about this process and discuss maybe. Yeah, it works. It really works. And yeah, it's like it scared only the first several times. But then when you are a mature business analyst and you understand and maybe you already got this experience how to manage change requests, it's not so scary. Yeah. Okay, great. Yeah,
Yeah, and a
maybe-
bit add more details to your process. So when we go through this process, we also need to pay attention to these details. So we need to be based on the criteria of change requests that we define. We need to remember and we need to define roles and responsibilities. So we need to understand who is eligible to initiate change request, who is responsible for conduct impact analysis, for estimation, and for negotiation this with clients. Maybe we will need trade-off sessions, who should facilitate them, who should conduct them, and so on. To be honest, we really need to be careful with this change request process so that it's easy and not too complicated. And at the same time, it still helps us to avoid extra work and to avoid overload. So also we need to think about communication. How will we communicate this change request? Will it be email? Will it be some shared page, maybe table, where we will put all of this and ask clients to come to follow the link, for example, and to just maybe move status or leave their comments or just accept them. And also we need to think about prioritization approach. If we have too many change requests, how we can prioritize them? Maybe we need to think about criteria. For example, if this change leads some penalty or fee, we need to take it first, yeah? If it's just convenience for user, we can postpone that, and so on, so on.
Yep. Correct. And I would say, and also on my project, we followed the approach when we used trade-off sessions. What it means, like you said, Elena, we collected change requests. We understood their weight, just to understand how much time, maybe what impacts we have related to this change request. And then we have like our backlog board. We have some list of features or like, I don't know, functional requirements, depends. And from another part, we have this change request. And we like see, okay, this current functionality, like wait, I don't know, 1 week development. Okay, we have change request 1 week development. And then we decide, okay, what do you want, dear our clients? Okay, you want to go with this, or we need to exchange by this new requirement. And then it's like trade-off session, and we like replaced a lot of like predefined functionality by new requirements that was coming during our process. Why they're coming? Why? From business, we have these requirements like change requests, because business is always in a progress. The business changes really very fast. That's why we always have something new, and clients on the products, especially on the products, they have like new ideas, and then they can say, oh, hey, please postpone that. We don't need it as of now. We have like new ideas because our, I don't know, other company have the same. We need to run faster. This is like a business dictates what to do the next in most cases, what I know.
You know, in my current project, we have such situation, and our clients also see that, and sometimes we have jokes about that. So we have project for 2 years almost, and we had a lot of feature from the beginning, and they cut them. Then in 3 months they came and say, oh no, this one we need. Okay, please back them. And in 3 months else they come, oh, you know, no, what this two we don't need, cut. And it repeated several times, and yeah, it's a bit funny how they change their mind.
Yeah, because competitors are not sleeping. That's why they need to catch up the business and trends. Okay, good. Let's move forward. Okay. Yeah, you can.
Let me maybe greet Anya. She's joined us.
Yeah.
And maybe, yeah.
Yeah, and also if Anya joined, I can share again the QR code. Guys, can you test it? Because we use this like presentation approach the first time, and this is like our trial version.
You just reset, maybe someone voted already?
No, it
No?
was tested, by me. I wanted to say that if you can, please scan this QR code from my screen and open the application on your, this presentation will be available on your phone. And can you avoid to check the answer? Who is responsible, PM or BA for change request process? That's interesting.
I see that I can.
You can. Please vote, Elena.
No, I would like our participant to be the first. Yeah. Please, could you vote?
That's interesting.
Oh, I have some idea why people maybe are not able to vote, because if they join from their phone, they can't scan this. Yeah, so next time we need to think
you're right. Yeah. This is because joined through a phone. Okay, great. No problem with that.
So let's just maybe.
I see one vote. Perfect. Yeah, no problem with that.
Maybe just to write in the chat your option.
Yeah, you can write in the chat. Yeah, please write. Yeah, because we got used to using this application, like we on our laptops and like scan. But if people joined from Zoom, from phone, it's like limitation. Okay, no problem with that. Both great answer. 2 answers, both perfect. Okay, let's move forward and let's discuss this like interesting accountability topic. Okay, I don't know, Lena, maybe you would share about BA and I can go with PM.
Lena, I see that it's also possible to join by the link. Could you please copy this link, ahaslides.com UQP below
this
there?
link? Okay,
below that,
I
yeah.
see.
and just put in the chat.
Okay, give me a sec.
Thank you.
Okay.
So one of us thinks that it's project manager.
Yeah, because since I work a lot of with project managers, so yeah.
Yeah. So we will talk about that in a minute.
Chat. Yeah, here is. Great. Okay, 2 answers both and 1 answer PM, and let's talk about that. Elena, what do you think?
Okay, let's start from the business analyst. So to be honest, this is responsibility of a business analyst, because business analyst knows the scope the best. And only business analyst may recognize if this is a change request or not, because we have a lot of cases when it's not a change request. It's really some expansion of the functionality. It's something we didn't ask. It's something that maybe was expected by a client, but we just didn't elicit that. So yeah, project manager is not able to know that so deeply as a business analyst. Also, project manager is not able to conduct impact analysis. What other features are impacted by this change? What we need to investigate here? What maybe some other flows will be impacted, and we need to we need to operate not only this change, but we need to change a few places else. So also business analyst is responsible for business analyst needs to facilitate this process, here to start this process building, to come up with definition what is change request, to put together a team and to brainstorm on the definition, on the process, and so on. And but project manager is also should be in charge here. Elena?
Yeah, I would say that project manager role is supportive here more, because yeah, business analyst, if you know like RACI metrics about responsibility and roles and responsibilities, you know that we have accountable, we have responsible, and about definition and set up the process, yeah, it's responsible and accountable can be business analyst, but for implementation and supporting and communication, and if any issues in bringing the value to client, here is, I would say, the responsible and accountable PM, because PM should handle everything around this project. And when business analysts have done their like analysis, impact analysis, estimated everything, and then PM should help with calculation, how it will impact on budget, on timeline, because PM is responsible for all this project management stuff, and or maybe even for resources for the project. Maybe client will say, or we need make this feature work till, I don't know, New Year. We must take it. Then PM like can suggest, okay, we should hire more people. I don't know, 1 or 2 developers on 1 more business analyst to take this feature in progress, something like that. That's why I would say that this is really strong supportive role for PM. And here is, I would share their responsibilities. I would say that they're both accountable and responsible, but eligible for different activities.
Yeah. So, and if we have some arguments with clients, it's also more of the PM. So we explain project manager why it's not change request, and project manager negotiate that.
Yep. Most cases, yeah, because I always, if I have some like a communication issue, I always like, okay, my PM, you see this, and this. I just explained to him or her like all context about this change request, and then PM should take care of that.
I said why it's not change request, but I wanted to say why it is change request.
Yep. Okay, yeah. Common pitfalls. Okay, go on.
What
Go
is
on,
the CR process?
Sorry?
What is change request process? We talk about that a few slides.
I can go back.
Mhm.
I can go back. Here is, yeah.
It's how we build
Oh,
it.
got it.
And what is the process itself. So it usually it's like first step is you as a business analyst recognize change request. Yeah, you inform client, you inform project manager, and you start your impact analysis. So you need to investigate and to analyze how many changes we need to do, how many work we need to do. And then we need to estimate that with a team, and then we need to provide project manager with impact resolution. Yeah, we need to say it impacts this in this area or feature or functionality. It will cost us this number of story points, or what is your estimation points, and project manager then negotiate that with a client.
Yep. Any other
Makes
questions
sense.
maybe? Yeah. Okay. Thank you for your comment and questions. Yeah, please, guys, if you have any questions, comments, jump in, because we don't want to have monologue. We wanted to have dialogue, and yeah, please, let's discuss. And at the end, for sure, we will discuss. We have only several slides, and we will finish. Yeah, about common pitfalls and in change request. Yeah, the first of all, this is absence of change request process. If you didn't talk about that,
when they are applicable, as we have cases when they are not applicable.
Yeah, we shouldn't. Okay, a good point, Elena. We shouldn't bring the change request process for all initiatives, for all projects. We should understand and estimate if we need it. By the way, if you didn't, you can be flexible. If you start a project and you are like less experienced business analyst, you have never build this like change request process from the very beginning. Yeah, it's like ideally to have from the very beginning. But if you see that you like didn't understand from the very beginning, you can skip it, and then you know that change request process exists, then you can start communicate it. Like the recommendation to start from the beginning. But if you see that you need it, you can start build it later a little bit on the project. No problem with that. Confusion with CR definition. Yeah, what Elena said on the first slide or second slide, yes, because we don't have exact definition for CR. Very depends on context and project. You are muted, Elena, sorry. You are muted, yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Can I jump in? I just know that we have a question from Mahian about, one moment, about situation when client insists that it's not a change request. And it might be because you don't have this clear definition. It's one of the cases.
Yeah, this is a point. And just not create this definition, specify somewhere and leave it. No, we need to have some communication and get like approval and confirmation from clients that they really understand, get it, understand it, and they agreed on that, because this is like important. When you just published it somewhere, okay, everyone forgot about that. No problem. Yeah, lack of clear understanding of change request, absence of impact investigation. Yeah, the item 4, I would say, is extremely important. Extremely important. And here is a lot of related topics that we can start talking with you about that, or share with you our knowledge about that. You need to manage backlog, understand the product on a high level, understand all relationships, have some traceability requirements approach. I don't know, it would be metrics, traceability metrics, or it would be something in a ADO or a Jira, whatever. But for sure, you need to understand how each functionality related to another functionality. I know that this is like a skill for most experienced business analysts, but still we need to work with that. Because when you have change requests, you need to analyze and ask yourself many times, oh, does it have impact on this feature, this module, this functionality? Always ask yourself this question. I know that Olena is very proficient in that. Yeah, poor communication about stakeholders. Very easy. Communication is our all, because without communication, without touch points with clients, any project will be failed, 100%. And not documenting change requests properly, again, what I said before. In some point of your project, when change request occurred, you need to go and see somewhere the description and share it and remind again to your clients. This is like very easy, why we need to keep it documented. Well, let's move forward. Yeah, Olena,
And secrets
of
of success. I guess everything we were talking about here for this 40 minutes. So we need to discuss, it's like sum up. We need to discuss from the very beginning our change request process, if it's applied. We need to have buy-in from stakeholders. Yeah. So if you come to the meeting and they didn't like, they were not happy with that, it doesn't mean that we agreed with them. Yeah. So we need to reach an agreement with them to express care about the final results, deadlines, and budget. So when we are talking about change request, we need to remind the client that we have the common goal. So we also want to launch the product, and we also want this product to be successful. And that's why we track these changes, and that's why we care about them. And also we need to feel the client. What I mean under this statement. Sometimes you can face such stakeholders that may be a bit chaotic in their personalities. So change request, it's about rules. And some people doesn't like rules. They would like to be like, today I would like to have this one, tomorrow I will change my mind, and in 2 days I will change my mind one more time, and I would like you to follow me. So if you feel that your client is close to this type of person, you need to talk with project manager and to reveal how it's risky not to have this procedure at all. If it's really too risky, you can have this procedure for yourself, just within the team, track that it's change request and inform a project manager, because for project manager, it will indicate like a risk that we can go off the scope, we can go off the budget, we can go off the deadlines. So we need to be flexible and be able to adjust our processes and our, I don't know, actions to our clients.
Yeah,
so it's case from my real experience when we had such a client, and it was agreed with project manager that we have this procedure within a team, but we don't tell anything about change request to our client. And project manager somehow communicated that and played with roadmap and many other things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Thank you, Elena. Yeah, and thank you for your participation. And now we had a good chance to communicate with you. Please, any questions, any thoughts, any fears, I will stop sharing my screen, I believe, and let's discuss, guys, if you have anything to ask. Yeah,
I would suggest to start from the question we received
question.
in the form.
Perfect. Yeah, let's do
Yeah.
that.
I've posted one of them in our chat. These questions are from Mahian. So, what steps would you take to prevent a customer from insisting that additional work is within the project scope? The first answer is to have a really clear change request definition so that we can, and criteria, so that we can go through them and check. So we agree that if it's more than 2 story points, it's a change request. Here we have, I don't know, 8 story points. Yeah, it's a change request. Here we agree that it's change request if it relates to logic, for example. It's all examples. And it relates to logic. So when you lead your client through these criteria and tick all of them, so it's like become more easier. What comes to my mind here, if your scope was defined at a glance really quickly without some analysis what as is state to be state, some gap, if you didn't investigate roles their goals from the very beginning before defining your scope, it might happen that you and client had different expectations from the features. For example, you see in the feature some customer order, yeah, and we as a team understand customer order like a feature where we'll have some form screen or page, and we will have the customer items that they ordered and maybe others to deliver. And we think, okay, it's simple form. We need to have delivery dictionary, customers dictionary, and items dictionary. It's easy, okay. But at the same time, client might expect much more from this feature. Maybe he expect integration with Google Maps to select address. Maybe they expect to integrate with some delivery companies. Maybe they expect that in this order, you need to have some complex calculation of discounts for this client. And if you didn't investigate that, at least at high level before, you have scope, but you have different expectations. And talking from the client side, it's really not a change request. I expected that from the very beginning. It's not change request. And in this case, it will be a difficult negotiation, and you need to explain that you didn't like put this part to this feature, and now it will take you such amount of efforts. So yeah, it's negotiation here. And also it's about planning. So you can see that you needed to plan a bit more. And the last,
did we answer? Let's maybe did we answer the question? Elena answered.
But I have 3 points
Okay,
to answer on this question. First was about change request definition. Second was about like poor scope definition. And the last one, it's maybe it's really not change request, because sometimes we don't want to accept that we skipped something as a business analysts. And we would like the client to be responsible, yeah? So we didn't ask about that, but we say, client didn't say us. I'll give a simple example. We have a form with filters, and we as a business analyst need to know all functionality with these filters, that they may have predefined default value. They may have multiple selection or single selection, and many other characteristics. And we are responsible to ask whether this filter should have multiple or single selection, whether this filter should have default values, whether this filter should have, and so on and so on. And if we didn't ask, and then client come to us and say, here should be default value. Sorry, it's not change request. And client is right here. So yeah, it's my answer. Maybe Olena, you have something to add?
No, you covered fully. I just wanted to ask if we
Mahian,
answered.
yeah.
Yeah, Mahian, please comment, or maybe you can clarify. You want to clarify something? Feel free.
Yeah, I understand. It makes sense. Thanks for clarification.
Yeah.
Okay. How would you approach a situation where the customer requests additional work that is beyond of the originally agreed scope? So it's also depends on your processes. And if you didn't establish these processes and now you have such a situation, I guess we need to negotiate this. We need to understand within the team whether we can pay from our side some time, or maybe so have some compromise that we put some additional efforts, and client also need to pay some additional amount of sum, or maybe it will be accounted in time or something like that. And also, if you have such a situation and it's hard to finish it, it's like a moment when you need to think about your processes and to negotiate this process for your future features with the client, just to prevent next such arguments.
Yeah, agree. Okay, any other questions?
Okay, the next question is from Oksana, but I don't see her with us. The next question from Anya. Oh, Anya, we have a few options for you. I will start with Azure option, and Olena will proceed with her option. So, how to track CRs if you don't have Confluence? To be honest, it's easy. You can create a feature or epic in Azure and name it change request. And each change request will be like a user story. So you can create user story, give it numeration or serial number like change request 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you have description in your user story. You can describe this change. You can put the impact analysis. You also have estimations in your user story. You also have toggle change request, and that's all. You've done everything what you can done in the Confluence. You can send this change request as a link in Azure to your client, and you can negotiate that. And even in the Azure, you can create a flow of statuses. And for example, it might be in queue, then it will be in business analysis, then it will be ready to negotiate, and then it might be accepted by a client or declined. And in this case, we have all this history. You can create a query in the Azure DevOps to see all change requests related to this feature and manipulate them as you need.
I would say if even it's like more convenient if you don't have in a pair Confluence and Jira. If you have Confluence and Jira, that's okay. It's really good to specify maybe change log or change request on a page on the Confluence and link it with Jira and what these references. But when you have ADO, unfortunately, it's really the best approach what Elena described, to keep it everything within ADO. And also my simple answer, you can create Excel file and track everything in Excel, because Excel,
Business analyst
yeah,
love
because yeah,
Excel.
even if you don't have some appropriate tool, it's really very easy to track it in Excel. That's it. Simple answer.
And about tracking, in case of Azure DevOps, you can link your change requests to your features, your user stories directly in the Azure DevOps.
Yeah.
And if you select Excel, you can track. So in Excel, you can put the link to the created user story that like is based on this change request in your Excel, and you also have tracking in which user story this change request was implemented.
Yeah.
Anya.
And now on my project, just few words. On my project, I have SharePoint and ADO, Azure DevOps, and I would go with Elena's approach, because how to link SharePoint like a replacement of Confluence for documenting like features and project documentation. Yeah, that's good. But tracking change requests in Azure DevOps and in SharePoint and with using Azure DevOps, it's like nightmare. Doesn't work for me, because we should always link it, like replace links, and yeah, it's better to have within ADO. Yeah, Anya, are you okay with this answer, or is that clear?
Yeah. Hi. Yeah. Thank you a lot. Do you hear me well?
Yep.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah. Unfortunately, we can go with like Epic for change requests and so on, but we cannot edit any fields in like stories in ADO. We cannot customize flows and so on, because our client is pretty conservative and they have a lot of ongoing projects, and they don't want to edit anything in ADO, and that's like really hard to do any changes, like any. So yeah, thank you for your answers and suggestions. And by the way, Elena, I have one more Petko. I have one more question to you. Maybe that's not about change requests, but you mentioned that you don't have Jira and Confluence on your ongoing project. So do you have documentation in SharePoint or
Yep.
ADO Wiki?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, this is not Wiki, because I didn't use Wiki, because we don't have separated Wiki for our project, because we use all infrastructure Azure DevOps on client side. Yeah, I use SharePoint and it works well, because you can create the same structure what you have in Confluence. I like it really. It's my first experience when I use SharePoint for this purpose, but you can create the same hierarchy like in Confluence. Yeah, it's not so fancy like Confluence, but still for documenting purpose it works, because you can build like a section, subsection, you can link pages, you can create like 3 hierarchy, I believe, 3 pages inside. And yeah, we built really good documented project on SharePoint. It's my first experience, by the way, because I always had Confluence. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, because currently I'm facing the same challenge, and I also have my first project where we cannot have Confluence, and yeah, it cannot be discussed even, and so on. So I think that I will come to you, Alana.
Yeah, please.
Just
No problem with that. Yeah,
thanks.
because yeah, no problem. Yeah. Good. Okay, any other questions? I don't know, Elena.
Yeah, we have a question from Natalia. Change request in fixed price project and change request prioritization. I guess everything we were talking
hello,
about.
girls. Sorry,
Yeah.
before you, hello, everybody. So before you start to answering, it's not a question. It's about, I would say, it's about topics which I think it's beneficial to highlight when speaking about change request. So yeah, thank you.
Yeah, In this case, we fully agree with you that in fixed price project, change request is must have.
Yeah, always.
Yeah, and change request prioritization as well. And in this case, this prioritization approach should be well organized and well thought, so that you don't have additional arguments about prioritization.
And
What
you know,
should go
guys,
first?
there is a really good moment I wanted to know that when you get many change requests during your project and then you prioritize them, and you can mark them like improvement, enhancement with low priority change request. And during your project, you can collect good scope for the next phase of projects. Change requests are like a door opener for next initiatives. You see, this is like good win-win, because when you collect, sometimes when we finished one phase of project and we have negotiated, do we need to improve further our product or not? Do we need to start a new phase? Okay, let's review our backlog. Wow, we have backlog for 6 or 9 months because we collected a lot of ideas. Okay, let's sort out them and start new phase. Wow, you see?
So it's like a part of upsell strategy,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
That's super cool. Super cool. Yeah, good. Okay, any other questions, guys? Or we already
Yeah, we
Others-
covered all
Yeah.
we received in the form.
Yeah,
So
if
you
you
can.
have to say something or ask again, please. If not, thank you for joining.
Thanks for your time, ladies.
Yeah, thank you, girls.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
Thank
much.
you for joining.
Very useful topic and speech and presentation.
Yeah, thank you, thank you. Yeah, see you
Thank you.
later. I believe maybe we will have not maybe, but for sure, we're gonna have new ideas with Elena to share with you something new. And yeah, see you later. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank
And
you.
a
Have a
couple of
nice
words.
evening. Yeah.
Okay, bye-bye. Olena, you okay? Bye.
You can text maybe in